Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff. We just keep it a buck. And today we got a bunch of topics we're going to go through. We're just going to chop it up. We got a lot to talk about. Got the crew with me in the building. Got my brother standing here. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Just chilling, man. Ain't much to do, obviously. With the weather
Snowed in.
outside. Yeah, I ain't going outside. I ain't doing none of that shit right now. So I'm staying in here where it's warm until I have to go out there and clean up. So
got,
facts.
got Kurt in the building. What's going on, brother?
Man, you already know, bro. I'm with the grands. You gotta make sure the grand's good. You know what I mean? But like Stan said, it ain't nothing to do, bro. I got me some tea. Bro. When I came over here, yo, I had the whole, I had the whole work Jimmy on, bro. Look like Bookman from the fifth, from Good Times. I came in here looking like Bookman from Good Times, bro. Like I couldn't help it. I had to. So, but yeah, we here, man. No filler, no fluff. Let's keep it a buck.
All right. First topic we're going to talk about is the Baltimore Ravens. Hired a new coach, Jesse Minter, defensive coordinator from the Chargers. I don't have a lot to really to add to this. This was the hire, honestly, I expected. I figured it was going to be like I don't want to say random, but it wasn't gonna be like a big name. It wasn't gonna be a big splashy name. That wasn't gonna happen. So this is about the hire I expected. Younger coach. I think he's like 42, 43, something like that. It's kind of the coach I expected. You expect him to kind of grow and be our coach for years to come. So it's about what I expected. I was a little surprised, but with the Steelers hire, the Pittsburgh's hire definitely surprised me a bit. That wasn't what I thought they were going to do, but for the Ravens, is about what I expected. So that's about kind of where I'm at on it. I'm good with the hire from the standpoint of I just trust it. You know what I mean? I just trust. It's almost like the Ravens drafting the tight end. I just trust it. So I trust the hire. I'm good with it. Kurt, where you on it? Where you on it?
I'm good, yo. One piece of evidence I'm gonna say is look at old way with us last year and look at old way with him last year. It totally like what I was saying. Like I'm hoping he can, and he does that scheme heavy blitz. Like you don't know where it's coming from. The back end is wide open and allow the cornerbacks a guy like Kyle Hamilton. I mean, just because Kyle Hamilton can do it doesn't mean he should do it. I think we really put more on Kyle Hamilton last year than we should have. It just so happens that he's good enough and he's talented enough to do it. But we asked him to do a boatload of stuff. When we needed a pass rush, we asked him to blitz. When we needed a spy, we asked him to be the Hawk. I think we're going to get back to like that. It's kind of like organized noise with Rex Ryan. You remember, like they just didn't know it was only one or two guys on the line, and you just didn't know where the blitz was coming from. He runs that type of defensive scheme, not quite just two guys on the line like Rex Ryan, but he runs like you don't know where it's coming from, and let the corners and the safeties be free. I think that is something he probably learned from being in our organization in earlier years. I think the way that he runs defense is similar to what we did, like that strand of DNA. We've had too many defensive guys come in here and change what we want to do. We've had the Mike McDonald who had prior knowledge of us and what we wanted to do. We've had Rex Ryan, we've had Marvin Lewis, but outside of like the great defensive coordinators that we've had, we didn't have defensive minds that like were true to our DNA and what we want to do as an organization. Jesse Mena been here. He's young. He's open minded. Lamar had a little bit of say so in this one. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I I like the hire. I just now we're talking about what we're going to do with OC. We're talking about what we want to do with DC. But the hire itself, I do like it. And I think when you look at us and when we look at what Pittsburgh Steelers do, like in terms of the coaching, I think we got the edge in the rivalry right now. I think Jesse Mena is one of those Sean McVay, you know, guy that got something to say, young guy, not to the offensive mind that Sean McVay is, but like the young guy that has something to say. Mike Vrabel, young coach, come in, got something to say. I'm excited about it, and we want to. I'm ready to get the football, man. I want to see what we're gonna do in the draft and all that. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I was satisfied. He's been in this organization. He knows how we works. He knows what we want. It's a lot similar, and it's a lot similar to what the great organizations do. You get a guy who's familiar with us, so I'm good with it.
All right. Stan, what do you say?
I'm good with it. I think that again, it's not surprising because I figured when the whole when the Harbaugh was let go, the name that you kept hearing was Jesse Mentor. You just kept hearing his name because he started out coaching here. He went to the Chargers with Jim, turned their defense around
Yep.
in the last 2 years. Their defense was trash a couple years ago, and he turned them around pretty much. He's going to do great as a head coach. It's not the guy I probably would have hired for me,
Hmm.
but it works for what the Ravens like to do. Because again, there's
Yep.
familiarity there.
Yep.
And again, what the team needs is just a new voice, younger, fiery voice. And he's a fiery coach. He's got some swag with him, when he coached in
Mhm.
Michigan. So I mean he understands the pressure. I mean, coaching at Michigan is the pressure is there, especially when you're playing Ohio State. You know what the
Mhm.
pressure
Yep.
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Definitely when you're
Um,
playing Ohio State.
you know that. So the dude's got some swag to him, and I think that's going to relate to the team, especially the younger guys. And that's part of this is that sometimes you just need a younger voice. Somebody's going to relate to your younger players. I like to hire. I think he's going to do great. My biggest thing now is who's he going to hire as far as his OC and his DC. And I
Right.
really am, I really wanted McDaniel as offensive coordinator because I just think he's a brilliant offensive mind. Terrible head coach, but a brilliant offensive mind. He's going to do great with the Chargers, and Jim, over there with the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh, he's going to do great. Kingsbury would be my choice as offensive
That's what
coordinator
we want.
because I think he's a
We want
brilliant
clear.
offensive mind. And I think that he could do great things with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. The
And
biggest
Lamar
thing,
likes him.
yeah,
Lamar likes him.
again, the biggest thing is going to be about Lamar and who vibes with Lamar because obviously Monken did not towards the end. For whatever reason, there was something going on with Monken and Lamar and Monken and Derrick Henry and all the time. There was something going on. I don't know what it was, but there was something. And you could tell that
Definitely.
because the offense struggled throughout the season. Just never got on the same, and it's never got going under Monken. So they need somebody who's going to really energize the offense, utilize the talent that we have, and we've got talent on the offensive side of the ball. And for
It's just
whatever
true.
reason, Monken was just not able to unlock it last year. I don't know, but they're going to need. I like Kingsbury as OC. I'm not sure about DC at this point. I think Weaver's still looking to get a head coaching job. I think he's supposed to interview with the Buffalo job. Golly knows what Buffalo's going to hire. I heard he interviewed fucking Philip Rivers the other day.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Philip Rivers got a call. Yeah.
He, I don't even I don't even know what to say about that. But I don't. I really
Um,
don't. How the fuck are you qualified to be a head coach? I get it. He's coached high school. Coaches kids. Whatever. That Buffalo situation is fucking bizarre anyway. But I'm just anxious to see who they hire, who they bring in, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. And let's
mm-hmm.
just get, like I said, this team needed a new coaching staff. No more
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh disciples. And I know that their mentor came from the Harbaugh tree to an extent. But I really like the guy. I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to do. I mean, obviously, when you talk about us and the Steelers, it was obviously us. I don't know what the fuck the Steelers are thinking.
I
I have
know, right?
no idea. I do not get that hire, but
It was
I
surprising
just
for sure.
I don't get the hire.
For sure
I don't get
hiring.
it.
They might as well. I ain't even gonna lie. They might as well. You know who I think would have been a great Pittsburgh Steelers coach? Ryan Clark. I think Ron Clark is going to be somebody's coach one day, bro. He knows the game a lot. I think I would have liked to see him at least interview for it. I think Ron Clark is made to be a NFL head coach. I would have liked to see him at least reach out for it. I should say.
Yeah,
I think he's meant to be a coach.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
don't get the McCarthy thing. I don't. It's like they signed him to be the coach just to entice a 44-year-old man to come back to play. I don't get it, but that's their problem, not mine.
Oh, I didn't even think about that connection, bro. That connection didn't even connect. Honestly, I didn't even see that. But yeah,
That's
that's
the
interesting.
biggest thing. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers have
Yeah,
history.
Yeah,
yep,
yeah. The thing is, I don't think McCarthy is ready to call a Raven Steelers game. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I think Minter is ready to coach a Raven Steelers game today. Like what that rivalry entails, I don't know if McCarthy can play. Like I don't. I really don't. Philosophically, from a from a scheme based standpoint, to what the Steelers have been since Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher have been there, to what Mike Tomlin was. Like Mike McCarthy don't produce tough teams. Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots, we're the epitome of what it takes to be tough football teams. And Mike McCarthy is not like a tough guy type of coach. He's not like a bully.
yeah,
So I don't understand it.
yeah. Very definitely a surprising hire. Um, Kurt, I can pretty much agree with everything you said. Now I'm wondering, did you have any responses? Because Stan said that's not who he would have hired. Did you have someone else you would have rather hired?
I wanted Flores. I joke and say I want Belichick. I just was saying that to get understand him. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want that old man on the sideline. But no, I wanted Flores.
Mhm.
I think Flores. We need I think John Harbaugh let guys be so free sometimes that he leave them up to their own devices. I think we need like authoritative, like we need like Ray Lewis was that authoritative figure. Terrell Suggs was that authoritative figure. Guys like John Ogden, Vontae Leach, we talking high character guys that'll keep your locker room intact themselves. Our locker room ran itself. I mean, after Suggs, we really didn't have that guy. Like Marlon Humphreys was that for a couple years, but you know, we didn't have like that Ray Lewis. So you gotta have that coach. And I think Brian Flores is that authoritative figure. I think Brian Flores, he is that like stern, overwatch that'll keep everybody in line. And I think he's not scared to tell Lamar Jackson to shut up. You know,
Yeah.
like I really believe Brian Flores. I don't think Jesse Minter is either. I don't think Jesse Minter. I think Jesse Minter say, "Look, this is how we want it ran. Run it like this." But John Harbaugh, I don't think he like would tell Lamar like, "Yo, be quiet, Lamar. We talking here." I think he let Lamar say what he want because I'm just so happy to have you here.
Mhm.
Um, you saved my career. What can I say? You know what I mean? Like as a Jesse Minter, like when I'm coming in, listen, one band, one sound. You understand? Like so, but I would have liked Brown. I thought Flores deserved. I think he deserves a head coaching job, and I hope he gets it. But that was my personal choice, Flores.
Okay. Stan, is that who you were talking about?
Yeah, I would have probably
Okay.
looked at Flores more so, but I'm not. I'm fine. Like I said, I'm good with the hire. I think Minter's going
Yep.
to do a hell of a job here. I think he's going to do a great job as a head coach. But I probably would have hired Flores just because of the fact. I just feel like he got a fucked up deal in Miami.
Yep.
He got a fucked up deal in Miami. He go to Miami and right before the season start, they trade away all his good players just so they could draft Tua. And I just think he got a raw deal in Miami. But I hope he does get another job. I don't think it's going to happen because he's suing the league right now. So I don't think that's going to happen. And we was probably one of the few teams that actually interviewed him. But I like to hire, like I said, I like Jesse's hire. I like to hire. I think he's gonna do great. I'm just waiting to see who they hire as far as the staff, putting the staff together. And then from that point, it's going to be about getting Lamar's contract done. So they can actually be aggressive in free agency and they can fill these holes. This roster is got a lot of holes, a lot of expensive holes at that, at expensive positions. They gotta fix this mess. And the only way they're gonna be able to do anything is they gotta get Lamar's cap number down. So that's gonna be the biggest thing now. They've got a coach in place after he hires a staff. The biggest thing is gonna be Lamar's contract and getting it redone.
Yep. All right. Guys ready to switch gears?
Yeah.
But I ain't got nothing to say. I
Okay.
ain't got nothing else Raven to talk about right now. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say nothing about nothing else that's going on in the internet with the Ravens right now. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Look
Oh,
at
man. All right.